earlier. Well, it's now 5-3 to Martin O'Donnell. Are we about to see another big name going out of this year's Masters? Remember, Martin O'Donnell ranked number 59 in the world, taking on the two-time UK champion. This is live. Let's pop there now.
21.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, you join us a very interesting juncture of this match. Martin O'Donnell leading Ding Junhui by 5 frames to 3. It was Ding who led 3-2 earlier, but well, he hasn't been great. And Martin
O'Donnell, 21.
Well, it's the first ball he's missed in a while.
Well, couldn't see him missing that. You always got to concentrate on the putt, and maybe nerves slightly got the better of him there. Big match for Martin O'Donnell. This never been this far
in
the UK Championship.
And the story of the match for Ding so far is unusually for him. Cue ball control hasn't been up to his usual immaculate standard. Missed a few pots that you'd never expect. And there's been spells in it where he's looked like he was just getting motoring, but
8.
It hasn't quite happened for him.
Nine.
It's not because he hasn't been trying, Ken, is it? It's just...
Well, there's another perfect example, John. A cue ball again, just as you mentioned. He was trying to get up and get a nice angle on one of the ball colours so he could come down and maybe split these reds. He's having a look at the red near the pink spot. Does that pot? I think it does. But you've got to be right behind it. May take the blue here. Blue is possibly the best ball. He's having another look at it. It's very tight, that red, but I think it does pot. But if you can pot the blue, natural angle of the cue ball, just stun it down for that red. Good pot.
Yeah, this is the type of shot you've got to pot cleanly, isn't it?
14.
Oh, good shot.
15.
Hit that well, Ken, didn't he?
Yeah, struck it nice, didn't he? Now there's 2 reds at the bottom of the pack on the left-hand side. I'm not quite sure where they are planted, but it looks like he's going to try and disturb the reds here.
Yeah, he was playing ball cushion, side cushion, and straight
20.
into the pack of reds there. He wasn't coming from behind it. Didn't quite get enough side on.
Lizzie on this red, up into the yellow pocket, top left-hand corner pocket. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's a fantastic shot. Excellent pot. Well played.
Yeah, that was excellent, wasn't it? As good a shot as he played in the match so far. Just having a look to see if the bottom red on that cluster is available. Well, looks like it may be.
Still got a bit of work to do though, hasn't he? To try and split these reds.
26.
Yeah, the trouble is the pink is well away from the pack. Usually when that pink's at the top of the apex, you can play a cannon into it, but with it being a distance away from the reds, it's quite hard to get in there to break those up.
27.
I don't think he can now.
No, too straight on the pink. Tried to get a nice angle on the pink so that he could have broke up those 5 reds, but unless he comes around, has a look at the double when potting this pink, he's coming around to have a look at the red, possible double, but that's the only way he's going to keep this break going, you'd feel. Could play the double with an element of safety.
$33.
He's looking at it.
Ding Junhui, 33.
Yeah, played it with an element of safety. Could have gone wrong, but he's okay.
And just important playing this one just to make sure that cue ball's tight on the top cushion here. Not going to leave a red, but make that cueing a bit more awkward. Certainly looks an uphill task for Ding, this. Not just about the scoreline, it's just purely about the way he's played today. Hasn't quite been there, as we mentioned, and to try and win the last 3 frames to get into the quarter-final. At the moment, the way it's gone the match, you'd think it'd be a struggle for him. But you'd never count him out, being the great champion that he is. Twice a winner of this event. Yeah, he's got to find some form from somewhere. As for his opponent, Martin O'Donnell, can he just hold himself together if the chance comes up? Big occasion for Martin, this.
Yeah, he's got to be very careful here. He's contemplating, just sliding off the red below the pink and trying to leave the cue ball tight to this top cushion, but there's every possibility that a red could poke out and leave him, his opponent, a possible pot into the left centre, top left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, just play the roll up here, kind of think. Just drop on the front red. Well, the red that's below the pink, just play dead weight onto that. Don't have to do anything else. Wait for your next shot. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I didn't think he was going to reach there at one stage. Breathed a sigh of relief. That was a strange one.
And because Martin played that last shot he played, which just dropped on the red, he's now got a chance to play an easier shot. Just thin off it once again, try and get the cue ball near the top cushion.
Not close enough. He's got to try and... The danger trying to screw back to this top cushion is that you might leave your opponent a possible pot, but he's got to try it here. Try and put his opponent as tight to this top cushion as possible, and that's pretty good. He has left Martin a pot here though, John, into the right centre.
Yeah, and I think also, Ken, the 3 reds in the balk area, none of them are potable. So he could play it, and the only red he can really leave is the one he's taking on. Not easy by a long stretch. I mean, this is a really tough shot.
Yeah, but definitely worth having a go at this into the right centre. He could be leaving it in an area around the yellow. He could only leave the ball he's taken on here. Surprised he played it that way, in and out of ball. Could have played it off side cushion, ball cushion. Played it a little bit slower. The fact that he played it a bit harder has left one of these reds now.
Wasn't easy that by a long stretch, but you wouldn't expected the cue ball to have been going that close to the corner pocket. Been a tough day. And he's still in there, not out of it yet. Many a tournament's been won by players struggling early on, looking like they were going out of a tournament, and somehow they managed to win. And a couple of days later, they're holding a trophy in the air, so you've got to keep trying. Good shot, that. Very good shot. Made sure he got a full ball cannon on the blue so the red didn't run away. And also managed to bring the cue ball back to the top cushion, so this makes it more difficult for Martin to cue. Just checking to see in the book whether that red pots, because he could slip off the red on the left hand side and leave the cue ball down in the corner pocket. Don't think that goes, Ken, do you?
Well, he's come down to have a look at it, but I think if he leaves the cue ball, hits the red in between yellow and brown, try and leaves the cue ball down on the ball cushion, somewhere between the green and those reds and blue. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he had the option both ways, didn't he? But played it well. You can be safe in the knowledge nobody's clearing up from here. Lots of snooker left in this frame.
Tighter to this top cushion behind the black spot would have made this shot a bit more trickier.
Yeah, don't know whether that green is total, because there's a cross double here if he wanted one. If he could play it and bring the cue ball back down the top area, that green might be available if he knocks the red in with the cross double, but it's pretty tight. Might not choose to play that at all now.
Yeah, it went close, didn't it? Went very close indeed. Good attempt though, good effort. Just hit the far knuckle of the middle pocket. Now, I think could play this. You could play a couple of shots here, try and play the snooker behind the black, but it may be worth trying to take this red on into the right centre. He'd be leaving the cue ball near this right cushion. The red goes in, he'd have the black or the green. No, decided against it. Bit surprising he didn't have a go at that one.
What I would say is though he's got him in a bit of bother here. A lot of thinking to do, Ding, but he's still in there punching. This has got to be very thin. Played it well, I think. Don't think he's got the in off. That's excellent. Good shot. Now, a couple of shots Ding can play here. It's highly unlikely he'll make a mess of it to leave Martin in after this one. Good return. Yep. Tap on the table. That was a much more positive way to play that. Ding could have played a couple of dump shots there and left the cue ball up in the baulk area, but he's opened those 3 reds that were unpottable before that shot. So it just puts a little bit more pressure on Martin's return. Thought it was worthwhile having a go. Excellent cue ball. He'd be glad to have seen that red hit the yellow though, won't he?
Yeah, a couple of really good safety shots there. That red needs to travel because he may have left the pot now for Martin. It's a big pocket, isn't it, with the green so close to it.
Yeah, it would look so, wouldn't it? I mean, the thing with this is the way it's going to play, and because he's hitting it so thin, where's the colour coming from?
Ideally, you'd like to be able to clip this red off the green and into the pocket, then that would bring the green into play. Try and overcut the red. Oh, don't tell me the cue ball is gone in off. Oh,
Ding Junhui 4.
that is so unfortunate. Great pot. Wow.
Thank you. Settle down, please.
That was so unlucky, wasn't it?
You couldn't write it. Amazing. And of course, cue ball in hand. Ding will play a little cannon, and 2 reds will be in play. Everything went wrong for Martin there. Very unlucky. Looks like he'd forced a mistake. Some things you just can't legislate for.
He's just got to mind himself here, Ding. Put the red, get nicely on the brown or pink.
Seven.
Red beside the yellow, maybe his next choice. Or the red just left to the brown. Just had a quick look at the scores. This brown put him 27 ahead, so red, pink, another red in colour. Will be enough
11.
to close the gap to 1.
12.
I wonder how that in off will affect Martin. Okay, he smiled and he seems pretty relaxed, but I wonder how that will affect him.
Yeah, he seems to have a pretty good temperament. We noticed that this afternoon so far. You consider the circumstances of how big a match this is for him. He's been very impressed in that. Seems very much on an even keel.
$14. $15.
So that pink puts Sting 37 ahead, but
21.
I think Martin O'Donnell will be coming back to the table. This red should pot, and Sting is going to be 1
22.
behind with a possible 2 to play. So plenty of life left in this match so far, and he's battled well back here, John.
Oh, there's been no contest about him not trying
27.
today. He has absolutely tried, 100%. It just hasn't happened for him. He's not been in any great form,
29.
but this contribution, even though it's only 29, has been very important. And you can see by the way he's gone about it, he's still in there battling away.
$32.
It's just been a bit of a struggle, but He's in there punching.
Ding Junhui 32. And the
Well,
frame.
Ding Junhui makes the 32 break to win the frame. So the gap is down to 1, but it's Martin O'Donnell who still leads by 5 frames to 4.
Well, both players have left the auditorium momentarily and they're back. Myself and Ken will continue with the commentary.
Thank
So
you.
if you
The
do want
10th
to see the
frame.
conclusion of this
Martin
match, stay
O'Donnell to
with us
break.
on the red button. And if you want to catch up with what's happened
Settle
earlier
down,
today,
please. Thank you.
BBC Two at 5 o'clock. So Martin O'Donnell breaks off in frame 10, 1 frame away from the quarter-final of the UK Championship. Ding Junhui 2 frames away. And looks like Ding's left this red. Or has he covered it? Martin's got to play the higher one. No, he hasn't left it, so good pot required. Which is what it got. Fantastic. I think there's your answer, whether he's going to be affected by that off in the last. What a pot that was.
Fantastic, wasn't it? And just look at the cue ball as well. Top side of the blue. Drop it in and run the red above the black if he wishes, or the one close to the corner pocket. Nice pot.
And on the way out to the auditorium, just have a little break before Martin looked up at the commentary box and had a little smile at me, so he's not too affected by that unfortunate in-off in the last frame.
7.
He's enjoying it out there, which is half the battle.
Yeah, he got a good chance in the last frame, didn't he, when he was in around the pink and black. Missed the black off a spot to split the pack. Got to compose himself here now. The red directly above the black is his choice here. He's on that nicely.
I think he's perfect, isn't he? Being on an angle there, it might have been a bit of trouble, but where he's left it, it's lovely.
$13.
And this is all about holding your nerve and doing what you do in practice. Great place to find out about yourself out in the auditorium. Can you handle it?
20.
Just left that a little bit short, that cue ball. Wanted to stay on the black. Now he's going to have to go back up for blue.
21.
I have to say with him as well, when the heat's got the worst, his cue ball's got better. Started this match, it wasn't absolutely brilliant, but well, since it's gone sort of 5-3, he's been very good.
Just had a look at a couple of reds there underneath the pink that a plant into this bottom left hand corner pocket. Oh, he's hit this too hard. Well, it's just slowed up enough. He's okay.
26.
Thought the pace of it when he struck the blue looked a bit hard, but it's okay.
Just got to be a little bit careful with the cannon here. Well, he could
27.
manage to avoid. I thought he was going to get a little flick off that other red, which he didn't. Now this is a big shot coming up. A couple of ways you can play this, but a stun up into the outside red on the left-hand side as we look would be great, or the screw into the pack and out. It's entirely how he sees this, but make sure you knock the black in, Martin. He played the screw out, and because he had side on it, it sent the cue ball the wrong way.
34.
He's had another look at the plant here, John. He's got down very, very quickly. It's two reds close together into the left centre. Now, okay, it's not a dead set plant, but can he make it? He's having another look at it. It's a bit risky.
What do you think? You like the shot?
I don't like it. It doesn't look like it. You can play, if you could play it with an element of safety,
Yep.
then it's not too bad.
Yep.
You'd have a go at it. But if he misses it, he
Yep.
may leave a red on, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I think the way he's got to play it, he's sort of screwing maybe screwing back off it. He might be screwing close to the red that's above the black as well. I don't like it either. I think I'd sooner put all my eggs in one basket and take the red that's near the blue. And he keeps going back to have a look. Well, it looks like he's going. Good luck.
No. Now what's he left?
Martin O'Donnell,
Well, that was
34.
always the possibility that a red was going to go over a middle pocket, and he's left it.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
the angle he had it, that plant at, he would have been cannoning that red. The cue ball came past. I think that's probably what would have swayed me into taking the red by the blue. Anyway, live and die by the decisions. He decided to have a go. What will it cost him?
One.
Nicely played. Very nicely played. A lot better than it looked that. Played that with a little element of screw to throw the cue ball wide. If he'd have played that plain ball, he'd been going close to pink or the brown there, but that was lovely.
A bit surprised he potted the pink there. He could have potted the green
7.
and come down for one of those reds around the pink spot, but no. He's got to play a delicate cannon here. Potting the red, just nudge the pink away from the blue. Nudge it into potable position.
8.
The red, the top of the bunch, pots into the bottom left-hand corner pocket, and he's also got a red at the bottom of the pack as well. He's got a few options here, Ding. This looks pretty good.
13. $14.
This is good stuff from Ding. As we've mentioned, not had his A game, probably not even had his B game today, but he's still in there, trying as hard as he can. There was a couple of reds he could have played on there, but
21.
decided to go into the pack, and it's not worked out for him.
Yeah, he took a risk, didn't he? Didn't get into the cue ball either. There was no zip on that cue ball. And that's end of break unless he attempts to double. I don't think he will do that.
Ding Junhui, 21.
Be disappointed. But he's got a good safety. Let's have a look at this now. If we just, before he plays this shot, there's plenty of options there, John. As you said, he could have stunned the red. The top red of the bunch was also open. Wrong choice for me.
One.
Well, under the circumstances, Martin O'Donnell take a bow, because that's the best shot of the match. What a beautiful clean pot that was from the bottom cushion.
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Oh, I mean, he must have been down on the cue there and seeing that going towards the pocket, and that must have been a wonderful feeling seeing that go in. Now, he's missed a couple of blacks today. Don't miss this one, Martin.
Just missed the cannon on the middle red, but he's okay. Just brushed past the
8.
red in the middle of those 3 closest to us, but he's still okay. He's got this red into the right centre.
Oh, we talk about it being a game of fractions, don't we? If he'd have got that cannon there, it'd have opened up beautifully.
9.
Now, what's his angle like? And can he manoeuvre any of the reds? Looks a little bit straight. Maybe off the side. Well, he's got a red on the outside he could play into the yellow pocket. Screws back. Didn't get into the cue ball enough there.
No, but
16.
what a big shot this is, John. If he puts this, it will give him the chance to go on and win the frame and match from this position. This could be match ball, virtually. Bit of pressure on this one. Oh, that's wonderful. Beautiful shot.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. And of course, with knocking that in and landed on the black, that bottom red is now available. So far, so good. And when Ding Junhui played his safety shot and stuck him near the
24.
board cushion, I bet he never thought this was coming.
I'll have a look at this red. Beautiful shot, wasn't it? Kept so still on it. Set him up nicely.
Now, he's missed 1 or 2 with the rest today. Hasn't been totally convincing with it. But that's all right.
25.
So he's just a couple of shots away, Ken.
Yeah, he's got a 38-point lead. This will, black will put him 45, so it's another red. And the red on the left of the tree goes into the left middle. So this for a place in the quarterfinals. What a shot, what a chance
32.
for Martin O'Donnell.
Yeah, and what a temperament. Last frame, very unlucky, went in off, but this break has been wonderful. Oh, this is superb.
Excellent. Just make sure it is black. And he has done. Well played, Martin O'Donnell. He's been to a couple of quarter-finals of ranking tournaments in 2018,
40.
both in China, but this is the biggest match of his career to date.
Yeah, he could be very, very proud of himself.
41.
Withstood all the heat out there in the main auditorium.
Yellow ball.
Even after the other table had finished, he became the centre of attention, but it's not bothered him. And this has been excellent. What a way to finish.
Martin O'Donnell, 41.
Well, we see the handshake from Ding Junhui. And he's the first to congratulate Martin O'Donnell. What a match in the young professional life of Martin O'Donnell. Quarter-finals now of the Betway UK Championship. He defeats the former two-time champion Ding Junhui by 6 frames to 4.